Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft Pocket Edition back in the past episode. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought we'd go ahead and start off with 0.9.0. So the reason why it says Alpha Build 2 is because this was the only file I could find online. But, any users, let's go ahead and jump on into this. So let's go ahead and look at the settings menu and see how it has changed. So as you can see, it still has the invited to Realms Alpha thing. I don't actually remember when it removed that old button. I think it was in like 0.11 maybe, where they removed the Realms Alpha button. But we only have two difficulties, as you can see. We don't have like any of the middle difficulty, so this would be peaceful, and then this would be like the where mobs spawn. And then we don't have the third person slide bar. All we have is the two options because we weren't able to see our face in the 0.9.0 update. So let's go ahead and check over here. Everything else looks pretty much the same. And then over here, some things have changed. We've gotten more view distance settings as well. And then the sound was in a different place. So we actually didn't have skin packs in this update. So that was pretty crazy. Now, as you can see here, if we go ahead and hit new, this is actually the first update to have infinite worlds, which was pretty cool. It was also the first update to have flat worlds as well. So as you can see, I could choose between old, infinite, or flat, and then I can also change my game mode. Now, if I go ahead and hit edit here, as you can see, it has the external button instead of having the other button, and it also gives you a default address, whereas now it doesn't give you that 127.0.0.1. It used to give that as the default, and then you would have to erase it every time, but now it just gives us a blank address so we can enter whichever address we want to, which was pretty cool. Now, in this update, you actually weren't able to edit worlds, so you couldn't change between survival and creative, but you were able to do that, I believe, in 0.12. So why don't we go ahead here and create a new world and see what we have in the creative inventory. So as you can see, the controls are still like this. We still don't have sprinting and stuff in this update. We don't have a shifting as well, so the controls are going upwards still like this. We didn't have like any of those extra buttons. Those extra buttons were added in 0.12. Also, as you guys notice, I only have 5 hotbar slots when having split touch, but then if I disabled split touch, I would have more. That was still a thing in 0.9.0. So why don't we go ahead and see what we have in our inventory. I believe this was the first update as well to get this new type of inventory. Let's go ahead and head into the C section. So this was the first update that added beetroot seeds. This is the first update that added yeah, beetroot seeds, basically. I think that's all they added in this update that was new with plants, and then all the other stuff was the same, I believe. So basically, this was like a worlds update, basically, where it added infinite worlds and stuff. There were a lot of bugs with infinite worlds, where they fixed them during like the 0.9.0 alpha. And also, as you notice, it has Alpha Build 2, but it doesn't actually have my device model. So this was actually like one of the first betas. I think the first beta was 0.8.0, but this was like when we were still in like when beta was still a new thing to Android devices. So as you can see, the world generating is lagging a bit as well because this was the first update to get Infinite World. So you know, but it has to recognize that it's Infinite Worlds and to not stop and to you know, keep going and make sure nothing breaks. I like how everything is nice and organized as well in this inventory, which I find is pretty cool. Now, I don't think they added the, oh yeah, also they still have the Nether Reactor core in 0.9.0. We still didn't have the Nether portal. The Nether portal, if you remember, was not added until 0.12.0. So in this update, you were still able to go to the Nether Reactor core, which was pretty cool. And other than that, I believe everything else was still the same from 0.8.0, other than, you know, the new inventory and stuff like that. I think this was also the first update where they added villagers. I might be wrong, but from my knowledge, this was the first update that added villagers, and at this time, like, villagers couldn't open doors and stuff. Villagers were pretty new to the game, but now they've improved since then. But this was the first release to actually get villagers. So I think that's gonna be about it for today's episode of Back in the Past. I'm also going to show you guys some survival gameplay as well. So let's go ahead and head into survival real quick. So as you can see, that was a bug with the 0.9.0 where if you generated a new world or an old type world, it would spawn up in the air. So that was a bug that they had in the 0.9.0 update. As well as the ooh thing, they still had the ooh. So yeah, that was pretty weird, I think. So you can't create old worlds in 0.9.0. So you were obliged to using the old infinite world, and I accidentally wanted to create it, but you get the idea. Survival gameplay was basically the same. We had buying cards and stuff, so that was already in 0.8.0. So anyways, guys, I think that's going to be about it for today's Back in the Past. So I did hope you enjoy this episode, and if you did, a rating will be much appreciated for the return of the Back in the Past. Also, let me know in the comment section down below what other updates you would like me to do on this Back in the Past. Which would be pretty awesome. Also, this was the first update to get the new PC crafting interface, or like the sort of PC crafting interface, where it gave you like the crafting recipe from the PC and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. We also got the new Arbor tab, and we got the Bricks tab in Survival. That was all new for Survival. So yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. Like I said, leave a rating, subscribe if you haven't already for daily Minecraft Pocket Edition content, and I will see you all in the next video.